You think a personal item is the one thing airlines can't charge you for. Wrong. That little bag under the seat in front of you is the exact place airlines, TSA, and the airport each take their turn. 1 inch too big, one forgotten battery, one wrong seat, and your free bag costs you money, gets your stuff confiscated, and puts your meds out of reach. By the end of this video, trap number 10 is the one nobody sees coming. Here's the twist. Free doesn't mean free. Spirit is gone. It shut down in May of 2026, which leaves Frontier as the strictest enforcer still flying. Frontier's personal item sizer is 14 inches tall by 18 wide by 8 deep handles, wheels, and straps included in that measurement. Smaller than the backpack you already own. And they don't just check at the gate. There are sizers at the security checkpoint, too. Show up 1 inch over, and the gate agent isn't in the mood to negotiate. That free bag just became a carry-on fee, as much as $99, bought at the gate. Each way, that's up to $198 round trip for a bag you thought cost nothing. Perfect, right? Wrong. Before you book, measure the bag fully loaded against 14 by 18 by 8 at home, not at the gate. Because by the time you're standing at that sizer, the airline already has your money. It's not personal, it's protocol. Ever notice how gate agents glance at your bag before they ever ask you to size it? That glance is doing math. And here's the part most people miss. Wheels and handles count toward the measurement, not the bag. The bag, plus every hard part sticking off it. So a wheeled personal item is already burning 2 or 3 inches you didn't budget for. Think you're just another traveler with a small bag? Think again. You're a walking $99 opportunity. Ditch the wheels. A soft, wheelless bag measures smaller and reads smaller, and it slips past the eye check without a second thought. It's all about how the bag reads and what the tape measure says. Picture this. You've packed your personal item to the absolute brim. Not 1 spare inch. And now the gate agent points at the sizer. Here's where you lose. The bag has to drop into that frame freely, not get wedged, not get shoved. Drop. And a bulging bag fails that test even when it would fit if you'd left some air. Because you can't compress a full bag on command. So here's the fix that costs you nothing. Leave 20% dead space. That empty 20% is your insurance policy. It's the difference between a bag that drops into the sizer clean and one that gets charged on the spot. You never know when you'll need it. Coming up in about 90 seconds, the one item in your bag that 4 different airlines just wrote brand new rules about. Stay with me, because trap number 10 is the one nobody sees coming. Hold up. Your personal item is the densest bag you're carrying. Cables, batteries, snacks, and stuff, all layered on top of each other. That's exactly the X-ray image that gets flagged for a second look. And one stray tube over 3.4 ounces, or a forgotten pocket knife in the side pouch, means a manual search, a delay, and a confiscation. You're not being targeted. You're being obvious. Now, here's what changed. The newer CT scanners at a lot of checkpoints let you leave your liquids and your laptop inside the bag, but the 3.4-ounce limit did not change. 1 quart bag, 1 per passenger. Same as it's been. The scanner got smarter. The rule didn't get looser. So before you get in line, strip the side pouches. You never know what's hiding at the bottom, and neither do they. Ever read the fine print on your power bank? Most people haven't. And this year, that's expensive. Here's the twist. Your personal item isn't just where the power bank can go anymore. It's where it has to go. United Band power banks from the overhead bins starting the 1st of March. On your body, in the seat pocket, or in the bag under the seat, where a flight attendant can see it and reach it. American and Delta cap you at 2 chargers, each under 100 watt-hours. Southwest allows 1. And across most major carriers now, you cannot recharge a power bank in the air at all. The numbers that decide everything are printed on the battery itself. 100 watt-hours or less, you're fine. No approval needed. 101 to 160, you need the airline's permission before you fly. Over 160, it's banned from passenger aircraft. Full stop. So check the printed rating before you pack it. No rating printed on it? Assume it gets pulled. And here's the one that catches people at the door. If they gate check your bag on a full flight, pull the power bank out first and keep it on you. Batteries never fly in the hold. Ever notice how your bag is covered in things that swing? Carabiners, a clipped water bottle, a charger dangling by its cord. That's the mistake. Loose straps snag on the security belt and the seat in front of you. They tear off. And a strap trailing into the aisle is a trip hazard for every person walking past. The fix is boring, but it works. If it swings, it goes in. Clip everything down, tuck every cord, zip every pouch. A tight bag is a fast bag. And a fast bag doesn't get caught on the belt, on the seat, or on anyone's patience. Here's the one nobody tells you. Your bag passed the sizer at the gate. But the seat you picked? On a lot of aircraft, there's a metal equipment box bolted underneath one seat in the row. The hardware for the screens and the power outlets. It eats 3 or 4 inches of the space you were counting on. And it is not always the aisle. On some planes, it's under the window seat. On others, it's the middle. It depends entirely on the aircraft and how that airline wired it. So the bag that fit at the gate doesn't fit on the plane, and now it's sticking into the aisle, in everyone's way, for the whole flight. Here's the problem. The tool everyone used to check this is dead. Seat Guru got shut down at the end of 2025, and its data hadn't been updated since 2020 anyway. Use Aerolopi instead. Their maps are drawn to scale by an architect, so you can actually see where that box sits before you pick a seat. Or just bring a bag with a soft top you can crush down. It's all about the seat, not the bag. Think your valuables are safe because they're close to you? Not exactly. Here's the blind spot. Your personal item goes through the scanner ahead of you, alone, on a belt, out of your sight. And in that moment, wallet, passport, laptop, and jewelry are all in one unguarded place. Then it sits half-zipped at your feet for hours. That's not security. That's convenience. Split the irreplaceables. Passport and wallet stay on your body. Electronics go in a locked inner pocket. The bag under the seat is for what you can afford to lose. Keep what you can't afford to lose on you. Picture this. You're mid-flight. Turbulence hits, the seatbelt sign comes on, and the person next to you is asleep. And your medication? It's in the bag under the seat, a bag you can't reach for the next hour without climbing over someone. That's the mistake. Never pack the meds you need into a bag you can't grab on demand. Keep that day's doses in a palm-sized kit that lives in your actual pocket, not in the bag, not in the overhead, on your body. And one thing most people don't know, liquid medication is exempt from the 3.4-ounce limit. Bring what you need, just declare it at the checkpoint, because when you need it, under the seat might as well be a different state. And now, the one nobody sees coming. Look at what tops every airline lost and found list. Phones, headphones, laptops, passports, wallets. Now, look at where all 5 of those things are sitting right now. One bag, under the seat, at your feet. You keep it close, all flight, then you land, rush off, and leave it there. Every one of those items inside, in a bin the next crew turns in. The bag you kept safe is the one you forgot. So before you stand up, do one thing. The seat pat, phone, wallet, passport, bag. 4 words that save you from losing everything because you were in a hurry. It's not personal. It's protocol.
Your carry-on has cleared security 50 times. That streak ends the second it touches the new scanner. It's already rejecting 7 types of bags before they reach the tunnel, and millions of people own one of them. Away. Monos, bays. If you bought one of these between 2021 and 2023, listen up. Back then, the scanners were older and a lot more forgiving on size. You paid close to $300 for a bag stamped carry-on compliant. And it was, back then. Here's the thing, the bag didn't change. The machine did, plenty still clear fine. But if yours is on the bigger end, or you fly it expanded, the same suitcase that sailed through for years can get stopped now. Because the airline calling it carry-on doesn't mean it fits the new opening. And it gets worse. The next bag doesn't even need to be full to get stuck. Here's the secret the brands leave out of the ad. Those quiet, glide across the floor spinner wheels. They add an inch or two to your bag. And here's the thing most people miss. When you measure a bag, you have to count the wheels and the handle. That's the whole size that has to fit the opening. So a bag that says 21 inches on the sticker can be a couple inches taller once the wheels are counted. And here's the part that'll annoy you. The fancier the wheels, the bigger they are, and the harder it is to squeeze through. Cheap bags with small, tucked-in wheels. They fit more often than the $400 luxury ones. At least with a hard case, you can see the problem coming. The next one fools everybody because it looks small right up until it doesn't fit. Soft bags lie to you. They bulge. That duffel you crammed one more thing into is now a foot deep, and the opening is rigid. No flex, no give. Soft bags let you stretch past the published size. That's the whole point of them. But the tunnel doesn't stretch back. It either fits or it doesn't. Looked fine sitting on your bed at home. Packed tight at the checkpoint, oversized. Coming up, the bag that's actually sold to you as the fix. We'll hit garment bags too, and the backpack every never check a bag traveler swears by. Osprey, Nomadic, Tortuga. These are the bags for one-bag travelers, the people who are proud they never check anything. These are tall bags to begin with. Pack one full for a week, and it swells past what the opening will take. The whole point of these bags is to squeeze in as much as possible. That worked great on the old machines. Now that same design is exactly what gets you pulled aside. So you're stuck underpacking a bag you bought for its space. Think you're safe, because your bag literally says, carry-on approved. The next one is going to make you mad. This is the twist. Spirit approved, Frontier compliant, maximum carry-on size. Here's what nobody tells you. Those bags are built to fit the airline seat rules, not the scanner's tunnel. 2 different measurements, 2 different standards, same bag caught in the middle. You bought it for one reason, to dodge the baggage fee, and it turns into the exact thing that jams in the machine. Worst part, the airline won't help you at the checkpoint. They're not the ones rejecting it. TSA is. Speaking of stuff that's supposed to make travel easier, let's talk about garment bags. Business travelers, wedding guests, anyone carrying a suit or a dress, the garment bag feels professional, streamlined, smart, but folded up, it makes a weird, lumpy shape. Thick in some spots, thin in others. That uneven, bulky shape is exactly what struggles at the opening, and it can get pulled for a hand check. And here's the cruel part. You carrying the one thing you can replace at the other end. The suit, the dress, the outfit for the big day, and the bag built to protect it is the one setting off the alarm. But there's one last bag that's the silent killer. No warning, no obvious problem. You won't see it coming. The expansion zipper, 2 extra inches of depth. You unzipped it for souvenirs, or an extra jacket, or just because you were in a rush. And then you forgot. Most people fly expanded and never give it a second thought. The opening doesn't care what mode you're in. Expanded, your bag is thicker, and that extra couple inches can be exactly what stops it from fitting. This is why TSA specifically tells people not to overfill expandable bags before they fly. This is the one that shocks people the most. But it fit last time. It did. Last time, it was zipped shut. You didn't change your bag. You changed its size and never noticed.
You walked up to that gate agent hoping for a solution. What you got was a script. A script written by airline revenue managers, designed to separate you from as much money as the gate allows. And it worked. Exactly how they planned it. Here's what nobody tells you. That gate agent isn't just enforcing rules. At some airlines, they're collecting commissions. Every bag they force check puts money directly in their pocket. And those old carry-on tricks you've been relying on. The duty-free shopping bag. The stuffed pillowcase, the wear everything strategy, dead. Airlines didn't just notice, they trained for it. In 2026, carry-on crackdowns aren't random. They're a revenue system, and you are the product. But here's what they're not counting on. You're about to know exactly how it works, and exactly how to beat it. 12 crackdowns. Let's go. This didn't happen overnight. Spirit and Frontier built their entire business model around charging for carry-ons. For years, legacy carriers watched, then they tested, then they copied. Basic economy fares stripped out carry-on rights entirely on American, Delta, and United. And last year, the last holdout fell. Southwest. 50 years of free bags. Ended it. First checked bag, $45. Second, $55. The final friendly airline joined the revenue machine. That's not coincidence. That's an industry-wide signal that gate check fees work. Every airline now has a financial incentive to make you fail at the boarding door. That's the context. Here's how they execute it. Picture this. International terminal. You pick up a nice bottle at duty-free. You walk to your connecting gate with a shopping bag in one hand and your carry-on in the other. That shopping bag just became your second bag. Airlines now count all bags at the gate. Airport purchases included. Gate agents are trained to flag it. The result, a $65 to $100 gate check fee for a bag you bought inside the airport 30 minutes ago. The fix is simple. Transfer anything from the shopping bag into your carry-on before you reach the gate area. Leave the paper bag behind. Don't give them the opening. Fanny packs, belt bags, crossbody slings. Every travel influencer told you these counted as a personal item extension, almost invisible to the gate agent. Not exactly. Gate agents at multiple carriers are now trained to count a hip pack as a separate personal item, particularly when you're already carrying a full bag under your arm. 2 items. 2 charges. The workaround is specific. Wear it under a jacket or coat through the boarding zone. Out of sight, out of count. The moment it's visible and free hanging, it becomes fair game. Know your airline's policy before you assume anything flies free. This one's almost impressive in its creativity. Travelers started stuffing pillowcases with extra clothing and calling them comfort items, a gray area, until airlines closed it. Several carriers now explicitly address this in their contract of carriage. It's written policy. And when it's written policy, the gate agent has no discretion to let you through. If you're called out at the gate, you're paying on the spot. No appeal. And a plain boarding behind you. Leave the pillowcase trick in 2019 where it belongs. This is the one that reframes every gate interaction you've ever had. At certain airlines, gate agents receive a documented financial incentive. $10 or more per bag. For every carry-on, they force check at the gate, not at the counter. At the gate. That's a meaningful distinction. It means the person standing between you and the jet bridge has a personal financial reason to flag your bag. Your bag looks a little oversized, isn't a neutral observation. It's a transaction. Think about every gate check you've ever paid. How many of those bags genuinely violated the rules? How many were borderline? And the agent made a judgment call that happened to pay them $10. This isn't speculation. It's documented policy at specific carriers. It's not personal, it's protocol. And the protocol pays. Here's the mechanic that makes the commission system lethal. Gate check fees are almost always higher than counter fees. Check a bag at the counter before security, $30 to $40. Wait until the gate, $65 to $100. Same bag, same flight, different location, radically different price. The gap is by design. The counter fee is low enough you don't panic at check-in. The gate fee is high enough to be profitable when you're cornered. With no options and a plain boarding behind you. Budget carriers built this model. Legacy carriers absorbed it. In 2026, the only difference between Spirit and United on basic economy is the logo on the gate podium. 22 by 14 by 9 inches. The standard US carry-on dimensions. Most travelers know this. Here's the twist. Not every airline uses those numbers. And some airports are now testing automated bag sizers. Machines that measure to the millimeter. No arguing with a machine. No, it fit last time. No gate agent with discretion. If you're on a multi-carrier itinerary, check the baggage specifications for every airline on your ticket, not just the first leg. One airline's compliant bag is another airline's $100 problem on your connection. Here's how you stop paying for all of it. First, measure your bag at home, including wheels, handles, and any exterior pockets when fully packed. The stated dimensions on a bag's label don't reflect how it measures when full. Second, look up your specific fare class baggage allowance, not the airline's general policy page. Basic economy and standard economy on the same flight have completely different rules. Most travelers don't know which one they booked. Third, board as early as your group allows. Late boarders don't get gate checked for size. They get gate checked because bins are full. That gate check is free. Know the difference before the agent tells you it's $60. Fourth, if a gate agent flags your bag, stay calm. Ask which specific rule in the contract of carriage your bag violates. Informed passengers occasionally get waved through. Panicked passengers always pay. 5. Wear your bulkiest items through boarding. Jacket, boots, a heavy sweater. Your bag shrinks. The math works. 6. Packing cubes aren't optional anymore. A bag that compresses is a bag that fits. Compression cubes can drop a visually marginal bag into clearly compliant territory. 7. Your personal item is the highest value real estate in your travel strategy. Find the largest under-seat bag that fits your specific airline's personal item dimensions. Maximize it every single trip. 8. Know the difference between a courtesy gate check because bins are full, which is free, and a forced gate check for a size violation, which is not. Agents won't always volunteer which one is happening. You need to ask. 9. If you fly more than twice a year, run the math on a credit card with free checked bags. The annual fee often pays for itself on the first 2 round trips. 10. Ship bulky items to your destination ahead of time. On longer trips, the shipping cost can be lower than the fee, and you arrive at the gate with nothing to flag. 11. On international itineraries, carry-on weight limits are enforced strictly. 7 kilograms is not the same as 22 pounds. Check every carrier on your ticket. 12. Arrive early and watch your gate before you board. If the agent is measuring every bag, you have time to make decisions. Rushing to the gate at final boarding call is how you walk into a trap with no options.